Hello and welcome to Courage to Overcome. On this podcast, I'll be talking about emotionally destructive relationships from a Christian biblical perspective with a bit of psychology. My focus will be more on romantic or marital relationships, and my aim is to share what I've learned to help support and empower other people, especially women going through issues in their relationships. So if you're interested in hearing more, please subscribe or follow. So today I want to talk about how the narcissist behaves like a child and why. So if you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, you will have noticed that they behave very much like children in many ways. Narcissists process information in the world around them the way children do. Paul, in his letter to Corinthians, said, "When I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things." However, this is not the case for narcissists. So here are the following ways that narcissists behave like children. 1. Toddlers and babies are unable to take care of their emotional and physical needs. They cry and act up if their needs are not met. Babies will cry and will not stop if they're hungry, angry, or uncomfortable. They don't really care if you're busy or you're sick. They want attention now. Babies lack empathy and compassion because they don't have the emotional ability or capability to understand this and act on it. So this is the same with the narcissist as well. They want their needs met now, just like children, babies really, and they don't care whether they're busy, whether you're busy or unavailable or sick. It doesn't concern them at all. Narcissists do not recognize, understand, or consider other people's needs, only their own, just like little children. 2, children are proficient liars. A child, they can be caught with red-handed with chocolate all over their mouth, and they will flat out lie that they never took the chocolate, or they will say that their sibling or their friend made them do it. It's quite amusing, really. But the narcissist will do the same thing. Narcissists are pathological liars. They will lie to get what they want and also to avoid blame at all costs. Sometimes their lies are so blatantly obvious, but with a poker face, they will convince you that they're telling the truth. They will lie even when the truth will make them look much better. 3, children love being the center of attention and can become very jealous if they feel attention is on another child. That's why parents, when they're having another baby, they're kind of like encouraged to engage their child in the process so they don't feel left out or jealous of the newborn baby. Children believe and behave as if the whole world revolves around them and everyone has to fit into their world and their worldview. They view the world as one-dimensional and believe that their parents, caregivers, are extensions of themselves. This is the same with narcissists. They believe that their partners are extensions of themselves and not separate individuals with their own needs and feelings. Narcissists are attention whores and have an obsessive need to be acknowledged at all times. Smear campaigns, gaslighting, lying, flying monkeys, these are all behaviors that children display in the playground. They scheme, they manipulate their friends, they stop talking to someone they don't like at a particular time. Children engage in manipulation, blame shifting, projection, entitlement, etc. in order to survive and interact with their world because the emotional intelligence in a child hasn't developed, and neither has a narcissist. Narcissists, of course, are masters of these tactics as they have never grown out of it. So, 5, lack of good judgment and impulsivity. Children are naturally impulsive and will do things without thinking about the consequences. They will do things they feel good about. All they say is what they want. Narcissists are the same. They exhibit very reckless behavior. They will do things that will make them feel good, regardless of the consequences, irrespective of the feelings of others. They make decisions that negatively affect the lives of other people, like children or family, and also even themselves. They possess no insight and have a total lack of self-awareness to their bad behavior. They don't have the capacity to understand how they come across to other people who witness their behavior, and it's very embarrassing when people have to point it out to them. They often display an arrogant disregard for social laws and morality and have no respect for boundaries whatsoever. just like children. 6, children will sulk or go into tantrums if they don't get what they want. Narcissists will do the same. I've actually seen a narcissist jump up and down in a rage and go into a hissy fit. It's absolutely hilarious if it wasn't so disturbing. 7, children are great at creating and inventing fairy stories about themselves with imaginary friends and worlds. They do get quite engrossed in it. Narcissists' whole life is a fantasy, a false reality. They are so delusional, and their whole life is a fabrication of which they are the lead actor or hero, which again is very much like children. They lack foresight and don't plan for the future. It's always about now and instant gratification. They expect life for them to change for the better magically or miraculously, to rescue them without them having to do anything. 8, young children can't tell the difference between wants and needs. The child believes that he needs some chocolate, but really he just desires or wants some chocolate. The narcissist cannot tell the difference between want and need either, just like children. They get very angry when they don't get what they want. They erupt into a rage when they believe that their needs have not been provided for. They cannot wait for something. They have to have it immediately, whether they can afford it or not. They want instant gratification, just like a child, and are often involved in get-rich-quick schemes and are conned and manipulated often. And the thing is, they don't even learn from their mistakes or failures. They have a pattern of repeating mistakes over and over and over again. Children will take things that are not theirs and claim it as their own. Narcissists will do the same. Narcissists don't understand boundaries either, just like children. So as Christians, children of God, we are expected to learn from our mistakes and show growth in our walk with God. We are expected to mature and not continue in a path of destructive behavior. This means taking accountability and responsibility for our actions, confession, repentance, and learn from the experience and move on to do better. Narcissists are simply unable to view the world as normal people do. The reason behind this is because at a certain age, their emotional development was stunted and they never matured with appropriate emotional intelligence. This was probably often to do with some trauma suffered through neglect or abuse, so they were never able to mature emotionally. The difference between the narcissist and the child is that a child will grow and mature out of these childish behaviors and acquire emotional intelligence. The narcissist never does. So basically, narcissists are just children in adult bodies, man-child. Basically, they're just man-child or men-child or whatever. They can be intellectually smart, but emotionally redundant. So in my next video, I want to talk about how you can communicate effectively with a narcissist in line of what I've just mentioned just now. Please follow or subscribe to my podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode. Stay blessed. Bye.